Good day everyone and welcome to this video and welcome to this episode which is about ambient noises. So as you hear, now each and every factory each and every industry produces a background noise, so it has a background noise, and as you fly around or move around over this little field, you hear each and every industry sound, and you hear this in stereo. Now, for example, you hear the cows a little bit from the right. Now you hear the chainsaw under the camera, and each and every industry and each city produces a little bit different, of course, different ambient background noise. And it's much more fun to play the game like this, so this pushed a lot on the game. I think it's really fun and it's really great to have these ambient noises. It's really great. Of course, the volume level depends on how far or how close you are to these industries or to these places. But I let you just listen to this, and I think enough of my talk, but I will show you something interesting also. So now we are at this place and we hear this rattling noise coming from the right, which is the coal station. But if I move more far away, now we can't hear anything because the listener is too far, the camera is too far. But we can jump to the menu and we can decide where we want this listener to be for the ambient noises, at the camera or at the pointer. Let's switch it to the pointer. And now the listener is at that red cone object. And now we hear that rattling sound again. And if I move closer to this pig dig, now we hear the pigs. But we can also visualize this full effect so you can see what I'm talking about. Now each and every line represents, of course, the sound volume that given industry, and complete black means no sound and complete white means sound level is at 100. And as you see, now as I move closer or more far to or from an industry, the sound level changes. And also this is in stereo. On the left you can see those icons which represent that the sound comes more from the left or the right. The red one indicates the thermal power plant, so you have a much better visual overview about that. So as you turn around with the camera, of course the pan of the volume also changes so that it comes from left or right. Now you hear the thermal power plant more from the right. And now you hear the chainsaw more from the left. Now more from the right. So I think you understand. It was easy to code, and I think it's really fun, so you can change between where you want to have this listener, at the camera or at that pointer. So, and of course every single little movement in the field does a little bit change on the volume levels, and that's why I think it's great, because you hear it always different. By the way, if you like what I do, please feel free to subscribe. So I think it's a nice atmosphere now, even better. And by the way, on the left you see that little bit larger building. That's the new post office which I created. I think it looks great. It's much nicer than the old post office. I zoom a little bit in so you can see it. So, today's video was about these ambient sounds, and I hope you like this little update, and feel free to check out my other videos, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you want. So, see you next time. Bye bye!